Oh, hey everyone. Just playing some games in between reviews. I figure we haven't done a theme month in a while, so figure why not? Welcome to Game Month 2 Turbo. Oh, you can... You know, I feel if we're going to do this, we should at least do it proper. Figure might as well. So let's take a look at our first entry into Game Month 2, with one of the series I didn't get to talk about last time, Fallout. In 2077, a nuclear apocalypse forces most of humanity to go underground in bunkers called vaults. 219 years later, Vault 33 dweller Lucy McLean and her father are separated by Vault Raiders. Now she must wander the unknown world outside, full of ghouls, bounty hunters, a powerful mech suit group called the Enclave, and many other things, all to find her father. I wouldn't consider myself an avid Fallout fan. I remember really loving New Vegas. I believe that was the real one I really got into. Vegas game, I loved Fallout 3. I'm at a cursory glance a decent fan of this franchise. So I saw the series as an opportunity to use the vast world and open expansion that is Fallout and do something interesting with it. And they do. Geneva Robertson-Dworet. I was kind of hesitant when I found out she was attached to this and is one of the showrunners, because I haven't liked any of her stuff. I hated Captain Marvel. Her stuff is kind of generic writing. I think that's my biggest issue with it. But when I saw Graham Wagner was also attached, I was really interested because I love Portlandia and several of his other projects. So I think that together they somehow came out with a great balance of the two. You could tell from the production, from A to Z, it's a true love letter to the game franchise, and that the people behind the scenes are true fans. I mean, I could just take any scene from this series and put it to something with the game related, and like I guarantee you a Fallout fan would be like, oh well, that's from da-da-da-da town. And I'm like, oh sweet. But it actually does it justice by doing its own thing and also paying tribute to the original source material, which is very difficult to do, to introduce a series and pull it off properly. Especially a series taking place in this sort of somewhat post-apocalyptic world that you really have to set the foundation for, but the series does it beautifully. Ella Purnell is the main character of the series, Lucy, and she seems sincere. She seems like a very sheltered girl in a world that's basically gone crazy, but she's basically none the wiser. But she brings a lot of personality and charm and vibrantness to the character and makes us attached to what's going on and what's happening to her. The one down thing I didn't really like was Aaron Monton as Maximus. He goes into these weird manic states that just don't really make sense most of the time from a story perspective, because unlike Lucy, who's been in a vault almost pretty much her entire life, he hasn't been. He's been a part of this armor corps of people combing the wastelands, so he should be aware of the world around him and therefore a little more hardened. At least that's from what I remember of the games. But the one who steals the show, just like in all of his performances, is Walton Goggins. Holy hell. He is so good in this show. Like, he's straight out of any of the Fallout games as like a character that you could see helping you in a quest or helping you figure out stuff, or like a guy who would sell you weapons or something. Like, he seems like he's straight out of the game, and every time he's on screen, I can't help but just smile, because he's this badass character. He's like, oh, you know, things are the way they are. And all of their backstories are fascinating as the story progresses, introducing elements that make sense the way they present them. Elements that in the game, it kind of took forever for you as a character to piece together, but it pulls it off in a very simple manner. And that's what you have to do with an adaptation. You have to present it in a way where you don't expect the audience to know what the hell's going on, but you also want the casuals who do know the lore to be able to go, oh, okay, yeah, that's that from that. So it does it in a way from an adaptation perspective that I feel many video game adaptations should look at this series and see this is how you do it proper justice. You need to treat it in a way that's respectful to the source material, and it's also doing its own thing. But there may be a couple other down the road that do it well and do it not so well. But more on that later in the month. I give Fallout 4.5 out of 5. Have you seen Fallout? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to stab that subscribe button and come back for more Game Month 2.